On this episode, we watch Sekai de Ichiban Tsuyoku Naritai.
That was quite a turn of event. What do you think, Doc Nakano?
Well, Mac, I think it was pretty shameful. Almost as shameful as when Kid Muscle pissed himself against that cell phone.
Dubbed by 4Kids. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Daisho Crew. As always, it's your host Sigurd, and with me are two of the baddest, booniest companions I could ever have. Enter this ring.
I'm Conor McGregor. Fuck this shit.
What happened to the white knuckler?
Yeah, you told me you're coming in as the white knuckler, man.
There's a plan. That's how wrestling goes.
Fuck this boxing shit.
Fuck this boxing shit.
Guys,
I'm in the WWA now.
guys, I'm gonna that's the WWE.
I'm like CM Punk.
Not before the Green Ranger, okay? But
He was never in the WWE.
I think we just earned our explicit tag for this episode. Thank you, Conor McGregor, aka Julian,
The white knuckler.
the white knuckler, and his tag.
I'm like that one dude. I'm like the guy who played Mankind and
Mick
Rick
Foley.
Foley.
Oh, yeah, Mick Foley.
Foley.
Yeah,
Mick Foley.
And that
No,
other person,
he was also Rick Foley.
he was Rick Foley.
I'm pretty sure
He
I
had like
bet you.
20 different
Yeah, you see,
personalities.
that's me, man.
And
I'm a chameleon.
that
I'm a chameleon.
that other voice we're hearing is his tag team partner.
Tag team partner, I'm here to beat this motherfucker's ass because the cream rises to the top and I am the cream and he is the...
All opponents are scared of me, so I earned the title champion by default. It's Wallzilla. And with me is my sidekick, Champ.
Who's champ?
That's what you're going to be asking Sunday night.
God dang it! No. That was pretty
I'm
good.
only going to be asking with my fists.
I can't believe I fell for that.
Yes. I'm really surprised. I'm really glad you did.
So, the reason why we're doing so many... Julian's threatening me with a knife right now.
Get this going.
I'm
but,
in character.
The reason why we're doing so many wrestling references right now is that the anime we watched in English is translated as I want to be the world's strongest, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
We're
That's good
number
enough.
one.
I want to be the strongest in the world.
Yeah, sure, why not? That's good enough.
All right. There's world and there's strongest in it, and they want to be it. And it
We
is...
word of the day? We word of the day?
No, not yet.
I didn't even fucking say
Yeah,
anything.
it was me.
What?
I can't even explain
You
that.
do the lead word
I
of the day,
cannot.
asshole.
I can't even say the lyric that I'm trying to supposed to say. But yeah, it was a anime that we had picked because, again, as we said during the bicycling anime, I like sports anime, and I thought that I would be in for a treat. But we'll get into that a little later.
It's not Halloween yet.
No, it is not. Oh, speaking of Halloween, guys, we will be doing a spooky episode.
Spooby?
Too spoopy for me. I'm really
Three
not good with
spoopy,
horror
5
anime,
me.
so I'm pretty...
I'm not good with horror in general. I'm a baby.
We should watch this one together
In a very brightly lit room.
on a Sunday morning near the church.
We are with church.
We're
With
at
a
your-
priest nearby.
Yeah, so...
You can get your deal.
Yeah, my deal to bless the podcast before we record. He has
Prepare
the
for
holy
us some
water.
Holy
ready.
water.
Yeah.
Bathe in it.
A little bit. But yeah, so look out for that. But that's not what we're here to talk about currently. We're here to talk about the anime we just watched. So, you guys might feel like this podcast goes a little bit faster because I noticed that we have been dragging on a little bit long, and there's been mixed reviews with that. Some people like it, some people don't. So we're going to try to make this a bit more streamlined. So this will be our first episode with this kind of...
God, I thought we were doing our podcast, not the Sigurd Apology podcast again.
Oh, God, I'm so
Oh
sorry.
my God.
Hold on, let me get it.
I'm
Let me make
sorry,
the move
Julian.
for this
Let me
song.
let me
no,
just
I'm
let me just fall asleep for a little bit so you
Okay.
can go on.
Hi, my name is Sigurd. No, okay. No, we're not doing this. All right. So we're going to move on to our next segment,
You say that, but we never do.
also known as What Happened? So let me tell you what happened.
Tell me
Please.
about this
What happened
animation.
was
Japan
that
animation.
we watched this anime about a month ago, and we tried to record this episode, and this is the second iteration. So I'm going to have to ask for some forgiveness because the names are escaping me as
How
I'm
could
talking
you
right now.
forget Sakura Hagiwara
Because
or Elena or Elaine?
Miyazawa
Thank you.
Miyagawa
Keep throwing names at me.
Rio.
Yeah, Ryo Kazama, Jin Kazama,
And the ace was
Jaguar or Jackal?
Jackal,
Jackal.
It was
yeah.
Super
Jackal,
Galaxy
yeah.
Jackal Bomber.
and what was the ace of the company that they wrestle for?
Oh,
The company was Berserk and Mizuki?
I don't think it was Mizuki. I think it was Misaki. Misaki.
Misaki.
Yeah, the
Misaki.
Misaki.
Yeah, the railgun.
And the high schooler,
Was that Mio? Oh
No, Moe.
Moe. Oh yeah, because she was Moe.
Was she Moe? Was that your Moe, Sigurd?
Well, we don't know yet.
Everyone has our own Moe.
And Jackal was the world champion.
Yes.
right?
Yes, from the group
Shangri-La.
And then
Sha-
there was
Shalala.
the Black Panther.
What? Blue.
Blue.
Oh, no,
Black
sorry,
Panther is
Marvel.
yeah.
Sorry, Marvel. Okay, so there we go. Doesn't that sound like a fun cast of characters, guys? I mean, like we have
Yeah,
Jackal,
all
we got
these
a
Japanese
Blue Panther.
names and animals and stuff.
Yeah, high schoolers. Like this sounds like it has a lot of potential. But what we come into the opening scene is an idol concert.
Really?
Yep,
I
lots of.
feel like it was moaning.
Oh, you're right. To set this tone right, the beginning of this anime, not the story, but the beginning of the anime is a black scenery. You see some ropes of a ring and hear moaning.
I don't even think it's moaning. It was like shout of pain, like this is hurting. Oh my god.
For some people, that's erotic.
You don't know. Well, you don't know.
And that's good.
That is not my fetish.
You're a pure boy, and I like that. So
He's a flower boy.
He's a flower boy. So
I don't like where this is going.
So we come into this scene where there are two wrestlers in a ring, and one is obviously dominating the other. And then that's the Quentin Tarantino
Would you
opening,
say
basically.
bind and
That's
dominate?
the Scooby-Doo opening.
Yeah, true. The badness is happening, and you're wondering, well, how does this connect to the rest of the show? And boy, does it make us wait, because the next scene we have is an idol concert.
Hooray, I'm lady, lady, yo.
Not idol master, but lots of.
Is there a
"Hi,
difference?"
Hi, as like AKB-esque performances going on, and two idols are definitely the stars of the show. And this is our main character, Sakura Hisagawa, and Hagiwara, thank you, and Elena. And it looks like there's some kind of contest happening to see who's going to be the top idol of this industry. And it comes down to a vote after they do this super sweet double flip. And Sakura,
The ice cream somersault.
the ice cream somersault.
I love salt on my ice cream.
Yeah, actually, that's actually pretty pleasant.
I love salt.
I need ice cream. Oh, I don't need that sound, that's for sure.
Oh,
But,
I'm sure you do.
They announced that Sakura is the winner of the like center of the idol universe for them, and everyone's happy about it. To further their promotions, their manager signs up Elena and Sakura to join some kind of like reality TV show where these idols are going to learn how to be pro wrestlers with the company Berserk. As they move into Berserk, they just see a bunch of punching bags and they're like, oh, I know what to do with this.
And
And
the
start
dude in
punch him,
black
right?
with a sword.
Yeah, exactly. They just start whacking at him. And like, dude, this is awesome. Look at us wrestling and stuff.
Look at me, I'm on the top rope, the top turnbuckle.
And that's when Kazuma, right?
I don't know what her actual name. That's Rio for sure.
Oh, real thank you.
I just made up the Kazuma part.
I was like, I have a friend named Kazuma and he's a boy, so I didn't know what was going on there. But Rio, who looks like she's going to be our antagonist of the episode, she
Looks like she's gonna be a ripoff from Dead or Alive.
straight up, actually.
Straight up. Or was it Tekken? I'm not sure.
I think it's Dead or Alive.
It's both.
Maybe it's Virtua Fighter.
So no.
One more rose.
So Rio comes in.
No, Rumble Rose is the
Who
main
is
character.
a wrestler of Berserk, and immediately he's like, what do you think you're doing? To Elena, who's on the top rope turnbuckle. And Elena's like, I'm here to wrestle, so I'm in the ring. Duh. And Rio's like, you're 1,000 years too early to ever enter the ring. This is my stage. And then Elena's like, I'm going to show you some kicks. Check this out. I'm hella good. I can fight you. And Rio demolishes her in the ring real quick, where Sakura then comes to her defense because Rio's taunting them, saying like, you stupid little idol girls, disrespecting my territory.
Get out of here.
Yeah, how dare you think that just because you can kick a bag a couple times that you know what it means to be a wrestler.
Get out of my domain.
And Sakura's like, excuse me, just because we're idols doesn't mean that we can wrestle. In fact, I will avenge Elena and fight you in her place to win back her honor.
A Cabela contra Cabela?
Which is what Rio then challenges her to. Can you say that again?
Why?
Because it was pretty good.
A Cabela contra Cabela.
Despacito.
Despacito? I don't know that song.
Spanakopita?
Why does yours sound so familiar?
Spanakopita?
Spanakopita.
What is that?
Is that a country?
It's a dish. It's like a pie. we were saying word. I want to say a word.
Okay. Hola.
I was saying words
Hola,
too.
Oreo. But anyway. Yeah. So yeah, she threw out this word, and Sakura, she's like, "Yeah, that. I'll fight you in that."
Let's go.
Well, what is
boy.
that?
Yeah. And when she walks away, she's like, "Give me a month. I'll mess him up. I'll pick you up."
She will back it up.
And
Hear that? She gonna get backed up
What's
by
your
all that
age?
shit that got pushed
yeah,
in.
she trains for like a solid month with Berserk. Elena feels all unhappy because Sakura is like trying to avenge for her. Now, Elena's a strong girl, even though she's the number 2. She's like, no, I don't need no woman.
She's
stepping
a
in for
strong,
me."
independent Japanese woman who don't need no idol pair.
Exactly, because she
Except
got
she
this.
do need idol pair. I don't. Oof.
Ooh, you're trying to thought there, but anyways,
She don't do what it do, but she do what it they do.
are you
What?
okay, Julian?
Having a
Are
stroke
you
there,
hot?
buddy?
Yeah.
It's
what
hot.
happened?
It's heat stroke.
So
We're in an air-conditioned room.
you're the only
too
one
hot.
feeling the air condition.
Yeah, man.
But anyways, so they quick flash forward a month later. She has a little bit of basic training. Ends up going.
How are those sick drop kicks considered just basic training? She got the sickest of drop kicks.
Yeah, she got some pretty good drop kicks. They find out that she can take punishment pretty well. And
Good way of putting it, yeah.
Berserk has the tradition of, in order to debut, you must go through a trial of 100 slams. And she survives all 100 slams.
Yep, they just take 10 wrestlers and they throw you 10 times.
And tell you can do it.
And that's
as they're
how you
slamming
pass your pro license.
And they're like, all right, good job.
Good enough.
She almost didn't she almost stopped at 99. And could you imagine getting slammed 99 times and just
yeah,
being like,
dude, getting slam feels good.
what?
Sorry, you've never done judo.
No, is that your fetish?
Come on and slam.
Welcome to the gym.
Pressure is cool, man.
Okay. So
Don't you ever just like it when someone sits on you?
no.
Oh,
As the smallest of all my cousins, I really did not enjoy that. So
you don't just like being dog piled on?
hell no, I hated that. We're learning things about
you
Julian.
come from
You
two
guys
different
have
worlds.
two different fetishes
Welcome
right
to
now.
another segment of Julian's World.
I don't remember having a first one.
I'll check the tapes.
Oh no,
Season 1, I'll find it.
I don't want to.
Um.
I don't want to relive anything.
Anyways,
My life is dark enough.
and for those of you keeping count in the Secret Shots game, you can take a drink anytime I say the word, and this doesn't count anyways, because that's usually the segue that I've usually gone with. But
Why don't you find some Japanese word to use?
true, I should. Like what?
I don't know.
Hi.
Word of the day. Good job, Walt. Right, ready?
No, I didn't even say it.
Julian, Waz's gonna explain the weeb word.
Oh,
Ready?
No,
One,
I'm still not singing the song.
Why? That's
I don't want to sing. It's not a singing podcast.
I guess season 2, guys, that we just lost our favorite fan little podcast.
If you want it back, just email us and tell us how much you like our Wii word of the day.
Yeah, maybe if we get some emails, we might bring it back.
Yeah, still waiting on those emails. But hi. So they she survives her debut exam and goes into the ring for her actual debut match. And a million other fans who are fans of her idleness come out to this show and are ready to see the Cola contra Bella. Is that what you said?
It was Cabela contra Cabela.
Yeah, that thing. In that match is the preview of the next 8 episodes of this anime. Rio thoroughly dominates her, like 2 seconds. Like, I think Sakura got in like a drop kick,
I think she did one, and
then
then
a
she
punch.
tried another.
and Rio sidestepped that bitch.
Something like I think she just knocked her away.
She got some good hits though.
Yeah, she like the stand-up game. Her stand-up game is pretty good.
Yeah,
apparently.
if you like watch the first 5 seconds of the match and then your power cut out, you would think they're like, hey, this is gonna be a good match.
This is gonna be close, you
And
know,
you'd get disappointed later.
because all Rio does is just grab her and then punishes her, slams her onto the ground, and puts her into the now very known wrestling move to myself, the Boston Crab.
The legend. Oh, I
Now,
almost did a thing.
well, you're gonna, you almost got yourself, huh? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but I guess this episode's gonna be Julian trying to watch out for when we reward
Because
the
that's
day.
one of my favorite Japanese phrases.
Oh, what is it?
No.
Well, I
you
need
all will never know.
As
Hey,
a
that's
resident-
Sakura's favorite word too. No.
So, well, as the resident like expert on wrestling, could you explain to me what the Boston Crab is?
Basically, you grab both of the legs, you twist them, and you sit down on them, pulling. That's like breaking their back or stretching their legs. It's pretty. It can be pretty painful. My brother put me in it a couple times. Now, there's a couple ways to get out of it, which Sakura decided to not use any of it.
Yeah, in fact, I believe she just kind of sits and takes it, right?
Yep,
Showing off
She
her
takes it
ability.
like a. I want to say she takes it like a champ, but she kind of doesn't.
No, she gets sat on, and I do remember in the first episode she did touch the rope, though. Like,
So yeah, that is the thing. You're
Not quick enough.
What do you mean not quick? She hold it on for like a second,
and then Rio drags her butt away.
which is
I was saying the ref wasn't quick
Oh,
enough.
I see.
Yeah.
that ref was a bad ref because the moment you touch it, you're supposed to let go.
Yeah.
But
Didn't see it. Didn't see it. Reels in the
So,
way.
so she was taught that in a submission, if you touch the rope, you should be let go. But Rio's just like, nope, I'm gonna drag you while I sit on you and pull you back to the center of the ring and yank that crab. And we get to hear what we will hear for the next 8 episodes of just straight up moaning. It's erotic moaning. The shots from the camera are panning in deep into the inner thigh. The
Shameful display.
yeah,
What was that thing called?
the shame pose.
The
shame hold. The
Yeah,
shame
shame
hold.
hold.
That's Rio's
Yeah.
special move. But
I think it was their special move.
yeah, so we got a very good glimpse of what this anime is basically about. As Rio is now dominating the match, she decides to mix up the holds and puts her into her famous shame hold. This one has the wrestler's neck on the ground while Rio is sitting, holding her legs wide open. I'm doing motions like you guys can see them, but you can't. But
She's basically displaying this proud idol cooch for everyone to see.
for everyone to see.
Spreading the leg and everything to be exposed.
And literally like screaming about it to the fans like, oh no, you're an idol, how are you going to recover from this, as Sakura continues to scream,
Well,
Shame.
funny thing you say that.
no no. And yeah, the next couple of words that come out of Sakura's mouth is, I give up.
give up, boo. I give up. Give.
And I kid you not,
Ding 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 ding.
yeah, the match is over, and then for 8 episodes, it is them talking about how Sakura is not improving. She can take punishment.
Let
though.
me ask you something, Sigurd.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to guess how many losses she would have before she won, what would you have said?
Me?
Yeah, before.
Before watching.
Yeah, well, no, after she lost the first time, how many more losses do you think she would have take to finally win a match?
5.
You would think 5?
I would have given her 5 matches.
Huh?
1 time against each wrestler.
What about you?
I would have said 9 and then 1 on the 10th one.
I would have thought she would have won the next one.
The very next one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Against some chump opponent, you know?
How about you tell me how many times she lost before she won her first one?
65.
65 fights. And again, 8 episodes, guys. We don't see every single fight, but we see like a good 20 of them.
Now think about the wrestler career. Like seeing a wrestler record at 0-65 is pretty a bad record.
Yeah, her fans start to dwindle, and that's like a plot point or whatever, because there's one fan who doesn't want to give up, and then everyone starts like booing her at the stadium, like, "Oh my god!"
I started booing her. I was just like, I'm like, "Oh my god, just end this episode. Give up
Hurry up
already."
and get in the Boston crowd.
because everyone defeats her with the Boston Crab.
It's crazy.
That was her. It's literally her signature loss.
Yeah, it's like this is what you come for.
I mean,
watching
if that's your
Sakura
fetish,
being-
I'm sure you'd love showing up for that, man.
Oh yeah, and so
She holds on for a while. She doesn't give up right away.
and then back to I give up. So after 8 episodes, finally the ace of Berserk, Misaki, who like apparently she wasn't that great in the beginning either. Like
oh my god, it was if Sakura was Naruto, she was Jiraiya.
Yeah, Misaki was easily Jiraiya.
she was the Sannin for that one. Oh.
Yeah, so Misaki
She and her idol wannabe friend also got into wrestling. And she too lost many times before.
I think she also lost in the Boston Crab too before, and she was like, "No, I give up."
Yeah, no, it was like an identical thing. It was crazy.
So Misaki starts to finally feel for Sakura because they're like, "Oh, didn't you want to be an idol?" And she's like, "Yeah." And
what's it to you? I'm
Yeah.
a wrestler now.
She's like, "But Sakura is an idol." Yeah. And so Misaki like finally takes it upon herself to reach out to Sakura, and Sakura's like super revenant to her. And Misaki says like, "Do you want to spar? I'll teach you." And Sakura's like, "Oh, goody, thanks." They get into that ring, and Misaki immediately puts her into the Boston Crab. And I'm like, "No, episode 9, don't do this to me."
I'm like, yes, episode 9,
Not
do this
again.
to me.
Now it's in the
I
dark.
need more sound clips.
And it just moan. And then Sakura starts to feel defeat.
Give up.
And Misaki goes, "No."
There's no ref. This is not a match. There's no way you can give up now.
And then yanks harder on it.
The only way you're getting out of this is if you get out of this.
Yeah, and then Sakura starts to panic, and then Misaki explains, like, "No, you have to fight. That's wrestling. Pull up. Look for the advantages of when I move. Touch the rope." Which is some bullshit, because if you were Sakura and you grabbed the rope before and the ref didn't do anything, maybe you would think that the rope touching does not do anything. Right?
Well, I mean, it's the rule. Like, the moment you grab the rope, you're supposed to let go. But in this world, is they want you to grab it on for like 5 seconds and say, "Hey, ref, I have the rope now. Can you tell the person to let go?"
Exactly.
And they're like,
She always tried going for the rope. Like every match she was,
I think
getting
she
Boston crabbed in.
And she touched rope sometimes.
Yeah.
But
no,
the ref-
she firmly grasped the rope. Like, firmly grasped it.
it couldn't have been that firm if she got ripped away.
That's
It
true.
could not have been that firm.
well, in the spasm of pain, you could let go for a second.
Not that firmly grasped. Then.
So Misaki basically tells her like, it might be painful, but in wrestling you kind of have to work through it. And
Pain is
That's
life.
a horrible advice, though, because like if you work through it, you could permanently injure yourself.
exactly. So Sakura's like,
Do you want to
"Oh."
die in bed or on the battlefield?
So Sakura ends up touching the rope, and then
And all of our hearts.
because Misaki right after that, after she gets out of the hold, Misaki stands up and goes, "That's pro wrestling."
That's hip hop.
That's wrestling. So, shout outs to the super best friends, but
No, don't shout anything out.
no, okay. So, speaking of shout outs, Misaki then starts to enter the ring a bit more with confidence, knowing that she can get out, and
Yeah, Sakura?
Oh yeah, I said Misaki, huh?
You did.
Sorry,
I was like,
I meant
huh?
Sakura.
Misaki had all the confidence.
Sakura then like fights her next match, and everyone gets excited because she doesn't lose to the Boston Crab guy. She loses to something else.
But she broke out of the crowd,
But
and
she
that
broke
gave
out of the
everyone
crowd.
hope.
They're like, oh, this is exciting, kind of.
Yeah,
It only took 65 fights. Actually, no. She hadn't lost
she
her
lost-
It
60.
was like,
Yeah, she
I think after her 50th, she got out of the Boston Crab, but she still lost after the 15th time.
Yeah, and people were like, "Okay, well, you're getting better, but you got to get better."
Oh, you were so close that time, I swear.
I'll make sure to come back next 2 days from now because this all happened in like the span of either 3 or 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
She had
65
fights like every 2 days.
65 matches in 6 months. That's
I'm pretty sure it was 3 months because I remember I thought like she had like at least 2 matches a week. So I think it was 3 months.
so after that 3 months, she has her rematch with Rio, and at this time, Elena has now become the lead idol of, I forgot their idol group name.
Sweet Diva.
Sweet Diva. Thank you so much, Wa. So
How could you forget the best idol name?
Sweet Diva?
Yeah, dude.
Because Idolmaster is the best idol
Idolmaster
name.
sucks, dude.
Oh, I'm ready.
You ready?
I mean,
I'm
like
lady.
that's not even a name. It's what they are. They're idol masters.
Yeah, they're masters of being idols.
Yeah.
That's not what that name implies.
What?
That means that they're idols who are your masters. That name sucks.
What if that's your fetish?
Still sucks.
Why? How is it suck if it's your fetish?
It sucks. It's easy.
Julian.
So what if vacuums do their job? They still suck. Idol Master still sucks. Suck so good.
Anyways, I mean,
Well, at least it's not that trash Love Live.
hi.
It's crazy. I was on the Final Fantasy 14 Reddit, right?
Yeah.
And someone just asked, all right, is Love Live a girly name? Please don't ask any other questions. Just answer the question. And like, this does not belong on the Final Fantasy 14 subreddit. Like,
We really wanted to know if it was okay for him to like Love Live. That's all.
someone was looking for validation about something.
I need this.
I need this to not be a girly name.
Please do not tell me anything else.
Well, I guess anything is better.
No
than that
Nico
wake up
Nico
girls
Ni.
trash.
But what? Anyways, I mean, hi. So, on this debut match, Elena believes that Sweet Diva is missing a key component before they go international, which is Sakura returning, and they're hoping that with her victory against Rio, that she will rejoin Sweet Diva as she has gotten the revenge for Elena, and all can be put to rest. This is after Sakura had developed her. How do you say secret technique again?
No.
I actually need this.
No.
I won't.
No!
I won't reword you. I promise.
Do you give up?
Please, I need this.
I don't know.
Wait, really?
I don't remember what they said specifically.
Ultimate technique?
No.
How would
no.
you say secret technique?
So technique is waza,
Uh-huh.
and like a certain killing technique is hisatsu waza.
Okay, the
But
Hitsatsu Waza.
I don't think they called it hisatsu waza. I think they were just like something waza.
We're gonna call it the Hisatsu Waza.
Yeah, because that's cool.
Yeah. So
That's rad.
So they wanted her to come up with the Hisatsu Waza, and she decided to go. Oh, like she's like, well, can you teach me one? And they're like, no, it's your technique that only you can do. It's the rock bottom. It's the choke slam.
It's the people's elbow.
The spinneroonie. No one else
Sako.
knows those. Oh god, Sako is terrible.
I did Sako to my sister once.
What?
You
Really?
would, wouldn't you?
Huh?
What?
Yeah,
you say
dude.
why wouldn't you?
No, like no. I said you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
like,
I would.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, I could totally see that. That's
Poor
you're a
mister.
horrible person.
Yeah, a sock that I used.
Oh lord.
Get wrecked, bitch.
That's
Oh. So.
Shout out to my sister. I love you.
you
Yeah,
don't
my
you
precious
don't
baby
Sako
sister.
someone with a new pair of socks. You have to do it with the old dirty one.
Do you think mankind ever changed the original
No.
Sako? Oh lord, no, no. So,
Lots of indirect kisses.
God. So, in this match, she did come up with something after speaking with Elena, and in this battle with Rio, she has a pretty good match. She gets put into the Boston Crab, gets out, and then Rio's like, "Oh, you've gotten better."
This is crazy. I did not expect this.
Yeah. And they fight and fight. They have slams. She puts Rio in a Boston Crab, but Rio gets out real quickly. And then she unleashes her Hisatsu Waza as Rio's running at her. She like kind of like half dabs. And
She go tanks this dude. Well, not even go.
She's made her Saiyan man or Great Saiyan man, maybe.
She poses. She
She
definitely
poses.
poses. Like, you know.
like a Saiyan man.
No. You guys
Slash
don't
dab.
know. You guys don't know anything about Say, man.
We'll post a picture of it on Facebook or something. But
Oh yeah, dude.
Uh,
Post it. I like that.
so she does that, and as Rio comes like right up to her, I don't know if you guys watch Ippo, but what's that name of the frog puncher?
Aoki.
She pulls an Aoki and just ducks down so quick that Rio's like, "Oh no, you disappeared." Looks down, and as she's looking down, Sakura's going into a ice cream somersault, kick it to the chin, and we get
Somersault.
one kick, and then a follow-up double kill
Flash kick.
because
Flash kick.
yeah, EX flash kicks her in the chin because F physics do not stopping that momentum.
Yeah, no, there was no.
'Cause
There was two momentums.
Yes, she completes the whole flip, and Rio is knocked the heck out. It was kind of cool. That part was yeah.
My God, she was broken in half.
That is a broken woman.
And everyone exclaims in happiness and victory that she finally won. Oh, we forgot to mention that for losing the original match against Rio, that
Cabela contra Cabela.
we found out that, well, also Sakura found out that what that meant was you're betting your hair versus your opponent's hair. And that's kind of cheating because Rio already had short hair.
She did.
And Sakura had hair like to her, like,
But
yeah.
No.
Well, it was like to the back. The
Shoulder blades.
No, I thought it was
no,
lower.
they cut it to her shoulder blade, and then
No, they
but she
did.
originally had it super
You know
long.
what shoulder blades are? Shoulder blades are not your shoulders.
Anyways,
Shoulder blades are in the
A little bit lower.
They're these things that stick out. Maybe mid back.
yeah. But yeah, she lost her hair. And kind of like Samson, but not really. She like lost her idleness with it. Anyways, so as those 3 months passed by, she did regrow her hair, and that's when she learned her Hisatsu Waza and then kicked Rio in the face, won the match. And in her victory, they ask her, "So, will you return back to idleness?" And she's like, "No." I love pro wrestling, and I'm going to be a pro wrestler forever.
She just wants to be strong. She just wants to
Be,
get big. You know? I
wanna be
understand.
Sekai.
I understand wanting to get big and then rolling through everything.
If you guys ever see Julian stream, that is the theme. Get big, roll over everything, and it's
did.
awesome. But Elena is now distraught because they're like, "No, you won. You're supposed to become an idol and travel with us again." This is when, for the
We
last
need you.
4 episodes, we get a little bit of actual drama with some storyline. 2 plot points here is
This
that after
is
her
pro wrestling.
yeah, after her victory, a high schooler gets inspired by Sakura's perseverance and tenacity to become the strongest. And this high schooler's name is Moe, a karate Japan champion, like the best in karate or whatever.
Nippon.
Yeah, in Nippon.
Nipponichi.
At the same time, the what was Jekyll's wrestling team called?
Shala.
Her circuit?
Shala.
Circuit was Shangri-La.
Yeah, Shangri-La, a international circuit that like wrestles in Las Vegas, is also visiting Japan because the world champion plans on wrestling against Misaki, who had been friends before. So
She came from Berserk.
yeah, she came from Berserk originally. So Moe tries to quickly go through the same journey that Sakura did of going into the gym, seeing all the equipment, starts playing on everything, and guess who comes to poop on that parade?
Elena.
No, Rio.
Oh, I guess I should have seen that coming.
And Rio's like, "Hey, you can't just come in here."
And then she gets kicked in the head.
Yeah, she goes, "If you can touch me, I will I'll let you use whatever you want." And then
She sent him into a PTSD
PTSD.
PTSD
Yeah.
flashback of getting kicked in the face.
PCSX2.
Yeah, because Moa just goes quickly into a karate stance and then just like air kicks her, like kicks so quickly in front of her chin that Rio falls over.
She might have rocked her chin. I
Yeah,
don't
like
know, dude.
she got rocked, and so everyone's like, "Oh dang, Moa's pretty good," and she quickly progresses like super fast. And she requests
Hi,
out
hi.
her first match. Her first match against Sakura. That for her to be her debut match. Meanwhile, while that was happening in Shangri-La Land, Jackal, a former member of Berserk, wants to wrestle against Misaki to show how far along Japanese. Yeah, wait, same time?
The Jackal fight happened before Moe joined.
Oh, really?
That's what caused Moe to join. Remember we went over this
Oh!
the exact same thing in the podcast we messed up?
Yeah, okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Flashback. Jackal tries to do this exhibition match, but Misaki ends up hurting her knee,
Misaki ends up standing on a turnbuckle and then just like, oops, and
falls over. and-
breaks her leg.
It's slippery.
Slippery.
Jackal, who had been
Slippery.
Jackal, who had saw Sakura, because it was like the rookies of Shangri-La versus them, saw a lot of Misaki insights in Sakura, and when they're trying to figure out who will wrestle against Jackal for the show match, now that Misaki is injured, Jackal picks Sakura and absolutely demolishes the crap out of her.
Yeah, that was during the rookie tournament where like, they were trying to find stuff and
The
Blue
best out of the
Panther
rookies.
shows up.
Oh, yeah. So the number one rookie of Berserk was about to wrestle against a Shangri-La person, and then this blue
Assassin
who calls herself saying that she's come from, I forgot the enemy Japanese.
Miyabi.
Oh,
Yeah,
Miyabi
Miyabi.
Wrestling Foundation is here to put a stop to their rookie and just works both of them super easily.
That's
Both of
wrestling.
them.
Yeah, doesn't she fight both the Shangri-La person and... Oh, no, she came in place of the...
Yeah,
Yeah,
she came in
she-
place of them.
and destroys the Berserk girl. And Sakura's like, what are you doing?
Destroyed.
What are you doing? This is to show that Japan has come so far in wrestling.
You ruined it.
And she just swerved. She's walked away.
Just walked away. Jackal then says, I'm going to wrestle Sakura because I see potential in her. And Jackal puts on a real wrestling show by, like, even though she could have ended Sakura in, like, 2 seconds, she lets her get out, and Sakura takes advantage of the situation to actually escape. And Jackal just, I don't know, continues to grab her and puts her through 3 different, like, Hisatsu Wada slams. Right?
Kinda. She basically Mayweather McGregor. That made the show a lot longer than it should have to make it more entertaining.
Exactly.
Wow.
Her 3...
Oh, wow.
I know, dating podcast, but that's fine.
It's not even that. It's just like just firing those shots.
Everyone saw that a mile away, dude.
Not everyone.
Well, they're about to learn today because that person got took to school. Anyways, so
School by a man who can't read?
yeah, that's right.
What
That's
school
the-
he take him to? School of Hard Knocks?
That's the American education system. Anyways,
No, that's not what that is.
so Jackal. Do you remember what her super moves were called?
Yeah, of course he does.
Super Galaxy Jackal Buster.
Uh huh.
I don't know.
And then it was like Comet Slammer, and I don't know. it had to
Comet
deal with-
Buster and like
It had-
all-
Jackal Buster.
She was busted on Sakura.
Busting my nuts.
And she she ends up using her 3rd super move, which she didn't expect to do because Sakura was so resilient.
She expected to finish it in 2.
Mm-hmm.
She's like 7 minutes. I'll give you 7 minutes. But she lasted 8.
No, she just lasted like 7:30. 30 more seconds than she thought it was.
So hi. We already explained what happened during the Moa time, and then she does her debut match. It turned out to be pretty good because Moa actually just used karate on Sakura.
She should punch the crap out of Sakura.
Yeah, she used karate on Sakura.
And then she gassed out.
Yeah, and she much like McGregor. No, I'm kidding.
If anything Sakura's got, it's stamina, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And Moa does tire her out, and Sakura ends up prevailing. I'm gonna just move on ahead to the fact that Blue Panther does make one more interruption between Sakura and Rio's 3rd.
Rematch.
Yeah, it's game 3, and they're gonna find out which one's actually the better one.
The conclusive bout.
And Blue Panther interrupts. rocks Rio, and
Slips up and like chokes her out.
oh my god, it
So
puts her to
easy, dude.
sleep. And
Say night.
everyone figures out that the Miyabi leader is the one that does that sleeper hold. And Jackal goes over there and says like, hey, I know that you're messing around. Why are you doing it? And she goes, I have a student that's asking me to pull this favor for her. On the match between Sakura and Blue Panther comes into the ring. And wait, does she reveal herself right away? Or is it
Yes.
in the
Pretty
middle of the
much
fight?
because it was
Like, we're gonna begin the Cabela contra mascara, and then like I don't need this mask anymore.
Yeah. So she takes off the helmet. I mean, not helmet,
no.
but her mask.
And it's me, Austin.
Austin.
Yeah, it's me all along.
I thought it was
Who?
Dio. But no, it's been Elena.
What?
Exactly.
It can't be.
However, Jackal explains like, oh no. The one who's been rocking all the rookies is not Elena. It's actually me.
I'd say she'd be able to.
Well, yeah, definitely. But it was the Miyabi girl, the coach lady, who had set
Jury.
up. Yeah, Jury?
I think wasn't her name Jury?
Sure. I just was trying to repeat to
Sanada.
see if you said it right.
I just remember her name is Sanada.
But she had actually interrupted the first two matches to make this antagonistic relationship happen and set up Sakura to challenge Blue Panther. But in her place, it was Elena, who has, as an idol of the lead sweet diva, #1 singers in Japan, also been training as a wrestler. Basically, doing the thing that she wanted Sakura to do, be a member of Sweet Diva, and be a badass at wrestling. And they clash. It's 2 episodes of pretty interesting, motions and
Counterattack
movements.
after counterattack after counterattack.
Exactly. Sweet Diva flip happens.
And then the
Knee
leap
bars
of faith.
happen.
Yeah, knee bars. Yeah.
Knee bars and knee bars and knee
Knee
bars.
bars and knee
Oh, yeah.
bars.
And knee bars.
Elena.
And then you get knocked off the ring and there was a knee bar. And then you got back on the ring and there was a knee bar. And then the knee barred into a knee bar. And
Yeah.
a knee bar.
Elena
I think there was
was
a knee bar as well.
only attacking the knee and begging Sakura
Give up!
because which is what Sakura has been screaming. That's what we keep saying, yelling no. And Elena was like, please give up, I'm hurting you. You'll never be able to dance again. What a brat, And so
You got to admire that dedication.
Elena ends up losing the fight. Isn't it to the double kick again? No, she does like a
She does the Sakura special, and then as she was midair, landed on the turnbuckle, and then did the triple somersault leap of faith onto her as well.
So physics again does not matter to Sakura. 'cause
No, it shouldn't in anime.
her EX flash kick lands her with a double kick all the way landing on the turnbuckle that Masaki had originally fallen off of. Jumps off of it like Hua said with a leap of faith, triple somersault, lands in a pin. GG, game's over. And Elena's like, oh no, I failed. You'll never be an idol again.
She's like, no, she was just like, oh, I know I lost, but please still come back. We really need you.
Yeah. And Sakura's like, I can't, right?
Well, and then the rest of the Sweet Diva people came in and was just like, yeah, we really need you. We're going to go on international tours.
The rest, because they don't really have names.
Yeah.
They were just in the background. And then
Let's call them pancake, strawberry, melon, and batsmaru.
Bath Maru? Is that a fruit? I'm not familiar with that.
No, it's a Sanrio character.
Sanrio character.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, yeah, they all beg her to come.
And
I'm gonna let you finish this off.
Even the crowd kind of got divided. Half of them was like, no, we want you to keep wrestling. You're just getting better just now. And the other half was saying, no, go back to being an idol. You weren't even that good at wrestling. Come on. And then that's when...
And then Jackal makes her appearance.
And she said, hey, come to Shangri-La. Like, become the world greatest. And she's just like, oh, I don't know. And Sakura was just like, I don't know
You
what
now
to do.
know what you must do. What do I do?
You do both, of course. Why not? Be the world greatest idol and the strongest.
¿Por qué no los dos?
So a little Mexican girl came out from underneath the ring.
Yes,
And
Jackal
said,
is a little Mexican girl.
Why not both? Okay.
a blonde, big tittied little Mexican
Oh,
girl.
Jesus
It's what she
Christ.
grew up to be.
And
Complete
that-
with me missing Sandy McDougal.
oh, Sandy McDougal. Bless
She is-
episode 10 of season 1.
But all the same, Sakura agreed. Was like, yeah, I can be a wrestler and an idol. And Elaine decided to be a wrestler still too.
You know,
like,
I love kicking ass too. Let's go.
even though like that match was, it's like, hey, you can't be a wrestler anymore. You have to quit. And she became a wrestler anyways.
And
Yeah.
the ending scene is them finishing a wrestling match and then saying, hey, if we
No.
run...
the other way. like it.
Finishing an idol match.
Oh,
Yeah, like
I concert and saying, hey,
no, not a concert, not a raibu, a idol match.
really?
Yeah, dude. They beat up other idols.
Oh, okay.
They're combat idols. They're
Combat idols.
They're battlefield divas.
I would watch that.
That would
So,
have been a good anime.
they then say, if we run over to the
I'm pretty
stadium,
sure
we
that's
can
an
still
option.
make our
Our next match.
And then we see a little like 80s flashback freeze frame of them running off into the distance. Right?
Yep,
Something
into
like
the
that.
light, and you hear some
Some
bell
Boston
ringing.
crabs.
All right. So with that, we're going to leave you into our musical segment. I'm going to pick and I'm hoping that this actually works. I don't remember the name of the song, but it is the opening theme song of a very famous Japanese wrestler who has joined WWE recently, right?
John Cena.
We'll see. All right, and we're back. Thanks for sticking with us.
Back to Rise. Back to something. Back to, I don't know, TJ Combo.
Paul Phoenix.
No, TJ Combo, I think. It's from Killer Instinct.
Combo's dead.
Combo Fiend? Yeah. Capcom murdered him.
Which one was Combo again?
There you go. Yeah.
Peter Rosas.
So what we tried to do in this segment was the fact that in What Happened, we actually stuck straight to the summary as quickly as we could give it.
We tried to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's going to be some talking in there, but we're separating what we want to talk about, a little bit deeper details about what made this anime either. Basically, what are the talking points of this anime? Because there wasn't much, so we're separating that from the summary into its own segment, and I don't have a name for it right now. So, do you guys have a name? That you can think of?
Talking point?
Juicy details.
The scoop.
Scoops Hagen Das.
Weebu Corner?
Weeb words.
The news.
Weebsdoms. The news. All right. Anyways, we'll think of that as we go. So,
It's a couple episodes.
I want to be the world's strongest. What did we watch, guys? Like,
Well,
what,
me
how
and
did-
Wah watched titties of
Oh, yeah.
17-year-old girls.
You. I forgot. You guys got
We're
the
going to
uncensored
jail.
version.
Yeah, we
you guys are going
got
to jail.
the uncensored version, and it wasn't pleasant.
Hey,
Yeah.
at least with these subbers, we got our opening translated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not get the opening translated.
Of course you don't. Crunchyroll don't fucking do that shit.
And yeah, no, because I watched on Crunchyroll and it was censored. So like, I didn't even know that there was an uncensored thing because I guess they did a good job of the censored
What
version.
did they steam it up?
No, I think they were just fully
Mysterious
closed.
light.
They didn't have whatever you guys saw, like the
Lots of
details in that.
nipples.
I never did. I guess they steamed it up.
That's it. We just had bathroom scenes, like
Oh,
completely
those.
Mostly did bathroom
unwarranted
talk, yeah.
bathroom scenes.
Yeah, mine were steamed up.
Huh, I
Yeah.
see.
The other thing that I think in the introduction of the anime was honestly its best part, because that computer game PS graphics for the crowd was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I feel like this is just too close to the summary, so I don't know.
I mean,
not summary, reviews. If I were to say more things,
I mean, like, you know, so we say our things, and then we drop the review, and it's just boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when we do our reviews, we want to talk about the same points, and we kind of jump on each other. So this
jump on
prevents
me.
that. I know
Give
that
me that
you
pressure.
want a dogpile.
give me that bib sun pressure.
No, thank you. But yeah, so let's get into it. What did you like about this, or not like about it? What did you hate about this?
I gotta admit, the soccer special with the ice cream somersault was really cool in the way they, I guess,
The flash kick?
Yeah, the flash kick. Like the way they presented it, I was like, whoa, that was really cool.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I liked the setup for it, that it looked like a singer was about to do a move. Like,
Yeah.
that was a good setup. But, I mean, I don't know. Sakura as a character for me felt completely boring.
no,
She
yeah,
even
no,
had the
like
most common name for a heroine.
That's
you know?
all the characters, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Elena was cool. I thought we should have followed her journey. I think she was the coolest one.
Secret training? No.
Yeah, I also liked the high schooler. The high schooler was a pretty fun character.
I think, and like, yeah, those two could have been a better main character than Sakura, because Sakura was kind of like,
God, Sakura is just the Kirito of...
No, Kirito was way cooler than Sakura even.
No, man. She's just that
That's saying
blank personality that you can paste anyone onto.
Well,
Gary Stu and Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was super Mary Sue.
Well, not everyone can have honkers like those.
That's her personalities.
I thought the episode. I thought like in the later. I thought the show did a very 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 wild flip on me. You know, like at first it was just the Boston Crab, and then like episode 9 or whatever is like, whoa, it's a different anime.
Oh, completely different anime.
yeah, it changes up. Like the last half was like kind of enjoyable. It should have been what the whole series should have been.
I think
Instead
they
of-
could-
I'll be real. Last half was hype as fuck.
Yeah.
I was all like, oh shit, look at that one.
Because
oh,
it was-
because it was
another Kneebar.
because it was really pro wrestling. It was like they were actually had like pro wrestling style.
Was it really
storyline.
pro wrestling? I mean, the rules that they followed were sometimes and sometimes not.
Yeah, it was loose. I would
Well,
say.
loose. I mean, I'm
they
pretty
ran
sure
loose
pro
with it.
wrestling, you don't fucking hurt each other. Like,
Oh no! They
No,
do
no,
hurt
no,
each
no,
other.
no,
They
like-
can.
like. Oh,
On
I said it
purpose?
wrong. I said it wrong. I'm pretty sure there's a script to follow in pro wrestling.
Yeah. No, because in the anime they made it seem like they go in there for blood.
No, it makes it look like they go in there to actually win
Yeah, to actually
instead
like fight.
of selling.
Yeah.
I mean, but there was selling. It was weird.
Jackal sold.
Jackal sold
But the
hard.
Berserk team amongst themselves didn't seem like they sold. They looked like they were like literally trying to win their matches.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like a fusion between wrestling and pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why,
like
why did you do that? I looked at him like you oukied me. So you looked at Wah, and so I looked at Wah too, and then Wah got confused or something. I said
Like,
yes.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, like, yeah, it's like they try to sell the show, but it was weird because like they were legitimately screaming in pain, but it wasn't scripted enough for like,
It wasn't
okay, this
scripted at all.
Yeah, it's like this person, like they don't have like, okay, this person's going to win. You're going to do all these moves. It was
I just want to know who actually enjoys this. Like, who was this made for? You guys are both looking at me, but I literally am wondering who was this made for? Because I mean, like, if
Wrestling
you want to,
fans.
I don't know.
No,
Because wrestling
because
fans
I'm a
are,
wrestling fan. And this did not appeal to me. Because, like, when I heard about this anime, I was actually really excited. I'm like, oh, cool,
Wait.
wrestling anime. It's going to be, like, over the top and, like, really ridiculous move. And then when I saw the poster and it's, like, all these giant titty girls, and I'm like, all right, it can go in one of two ways. And they went with the erotic moaning.
Yeah,
like, really, like,
So wait, are we giving our feelings about the anime right now?
yeah,
Like rating?
not really.
yeah.
well,
Because the
kinda,
rating's
yeah.
literally just going to be one of the 3 categories. Now.
Oh well, wait. What was I thinking about? I liked it. I thought this.
Wait, that's the,
I thought-
that's
I
the
thought-
actual review now.
I thought this shit was so bad that it was good. Like that before what I don't know what episode it was. Like maybe
Before
9.
episode 9?
Before episode 9, trash fire. I was burning
Yeah, it was
alive.
absolutely
But then after
trash.
that, it was just like, oh my god, what are you doing to me and my feelings? I couldn't handle it. Like
It made you
I
feel
didn't
things?
expect stuff, you know? Like, oh man, when there was the opening and Blue Panther's in the opening, I was like, oh, that's her mom or something, whatever. And like,
Oh no, I thought it was totally Masaki the entire time.
I thought it was Masaki. Or,
Until
like,
Masaki got hurt. Like with just watching
even
the
then,
opening.
it could have been her still.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just how they like played with my expectations. They really flipped the script on
So
me.
they bamboozled you on
They
that.
bamboozled me all the time. Like, all right, man.
As soon as
Lost number 40. She's definitely gonna win the next one. Oh my god, 50. No, next, no, next one. No. And like when they went over Misaki's backstory about how like
she
was
had
an
wanted
idol.
to be an idol.
Misaki and
Jury.
Jury was
Yeah.
it Misaki and Jury? How they were like near identical parallels to
Elena and Sakura.
yeah, I was like, oh my god, are they really doing this? And like how when Misaki also lost all his matches in a row, Jackal did the same exact thing Misaki did to Sakura. And like she's like, no, you can't give up here. I'm just gonna beat your ass. And then
So the fact that people are paralleling other people is what you liked about this?
no. It was just like they were brazen enough to do it. You know?
Oh, okay.
It was like, are you kidding me?
The only time that was working for me was when Sakura was trying to teach Moe what wrestling is.
I really like that moment because like she tried to teach her the wrestling, and Moe was like, "Yeah,
then,
this is wrestling.
like,
This is pro
you
wrestling."
would have
right?
expected that she got to do the same thing as her mentor, but
Yeah,
no, they
no.
flipped it again.
Moe was like, I know
they
all
got
this
you.
stuff.
They mixed you
this is
up.
pro
They hit
wrestling.
low, they hit low, they hit low, and then you're like, all right, they're gonna hit low again, and then they fucking hit high.
Overhead.
They overheaded you.
Yeah, they overheaded
You're like,
you.
what? What?
I guess that's one way to look at it. But
Oh,
I mean, but those 8 episodes though, just straight moaning.
Oh, yeah, no,
what,
it was terrible.
What
It was terrible.
What was the decision there? That's what I'm thinking. Is like how
Well, like, I think they really tried to go like the erotic route because honestly I was kind of interested in it, but within the first, I want to say 3 seconds, like the first moment, I'm like, click, I already know what this anime is about.
yeah.
Like it wasn't
no,
even
you
like
didn't. You didn't know about episode 9.
like well yeah, no, I didn't think they were actually like decided like, okay, let's do wrestling now. You guys keep saying erotic, but for me it sounds
You
very...
keep saying erotic. Neither of us have said that word once.
Maybe I'm hearing myself through the microphone. But like, I guess they try to be erotic, but for me, it's like it's very sadistic because it's
Yeah,
like it wasn't
was
like it wasn't
BDSM
yeah,
style kind of
like
softcoreness.
it wasn't like they're like, oh yeah, oh my god. It was just like, oh my god, yeah, like no, oh my god, you're.
I actually
turned-
thought the
like
way she screamed no when she learned to not give up was cute.
it was.
It was like endearing, you know?
I think that's why we tried to mimic it.
It's like
it was
childish
actually,
and shit,
Yeah.
you know?
No.
because they were like,
well,
give up. Did you give up? And they're like, she's like, no.
As soon as she was saying no in English, I was like, "This is Julian's favorite part." So,
I love how Jackal talked in English.
Oh,
I
that's-
love Jackal's moveset too. Like,
something
Moveset.
Buster.
let's
the other
get
bus-
on. You know, she was a true. She was selling. She sold it hard, dude. Like for the first 8 episodes, these little Girl Scouts would come to my door and be like, "Want to buy some chocolate, mister?" Ah, no, thank you, man. And then like episode 9, Jackal shows up and says, "Hey, buy some chocolate," and like she fucking did some juggling and shit with them. I'm like, okay, I'll buy some of this chocolate. I'm okay with this.
You aerated the chocolate. That's good stuff.
Oh man, mixed it up. It's crazy.
So, any other reveals that like you really enjoyed?
When fucking when Sakura was fighting against Jackal, and then
The Misaki
she just
special
used the
too?
Misaki special out of nowhere. Like, what? She's charming her move, and
she
then
took her
Misaki
Isatsu
special
one.
too. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck did she make that up? Oh my god!
But she didn't make that up.
She didn't.
Yeah.
It was revealed later. Like, but that was
we
hype too.
We didn't actually get to see it though.
Well,
they
like,
just
she-
described it. Oh, she dropped me at a sharper angle.
I mean, well,
She basically lifted her up by the
they kind
crotch.
of did.
Yeah, I know.
They kind of did.
Was that
and
censored?
slammed her down.
They kind of did show it, but it's just like it wasn't that much different. It's just like instead of being dropped straight down, it was like at a 45-degree angle. if
They kind
anything.
of made the sound for when they hit the mat a little bit of a different sound, so you could get
Yeah.
that cue that it hit harder.
But I think it was
when-
also like the Sakura special into the Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith.
Was like that was like really cool. It was just like,
Like
I mean,
that.
like
The,
that was
the very
what-
first Sakura special, I was just like, holy shit, what happened to this anime? Where is this low budget piece of trash that I was watching?
And also
'Cause that looks so good.
Okay, no,
it was
but-
like pop, pop.
Yeah, but it made me mad that it was a stand-up game special move.
Hey man,
Because like most wrestling that at least that I know of, it's all slams and submission holds. But she's just like, "No, I'm gonna knock you out. Like you're about to get rocked in the
you
brain."
out.
Yeah. So
Godly,
I was like,
dude.
"That's a little bit dirty, Sakura." But
No,
it is
man,
the
it's
only
not
thing
dirty,
that she
man.
can do.
It's also like it was different compared to like everyone else specials and what we
I thought she was
normally
gonna like when she met Elena. I thought her thing was gonna be a, because I always enjoyed in wrestling when they did those like jump from the turnbuckle into a slam roll that got you into a pin.
see. Oh, that one.
I always
yeah.
thought those were broken. I'm like, dude, you slammed them and you're already in a pin. That's broken. So I thought that's what she was gonna do, but it's just like, nah.
You are putting your own
Wants,
something.
my own wants.
You were
and
projecting.
needs. Yeah, I was projecting. But
I'd like to clarify something. I don't think this is good. I think that it's so bad that it's good.
oh, you mean you're fine? We're fine. Oh, hold on, we're not there yet. We're not on the review, but
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying like
there is that
I
genre.
enjoyed this because it was just
so bad. It
it's
was so
like-
bad that it was good.
It's like how when you light a fire in a dumpster, the temperature gets so hot you can like evaporate bones or whatever.
Yeah.
Except this became like, what's the hottest color flame, dude? Black? No.
Is it?
I don't know.
I know we go into blue, and
Yeah.
then it becomes into I thought it ghost flame where you just can't see it.
Oh, dude, it was like that, man. It just burned so hot. It was beautiful to watch.
Interesting. All right. Any other parts of the anime that we want to touch on? Because if not, then I say
I want to touch on how terrible most of the supporting cast was and how they did nothing.
the character designs for some of the other wrestlers look cool.
One of them looked like Mars from
straight
Ultimate
up,
Muscle.
yeah, straight up.
That's what we called her.
Well, like,
I don't
yeah,
know what her
that's-
name was. So that's, hey, look, well, it's Mars.
I mean, like, no, it's like some of them they look like they kind of ripped off from like other series, like we were saying, Rio kind of looked like a character from either Dead or Alive or Tekken or one of the fighting games.
Same
Yeah.
with Jackal. And then Sakura and Misaki look near identical.
Yeah,
except
they
one
look
has
like
yeah.
the same character.
darker skin and lipstick.
Mio and I think the top amateur of Berserk almost look identical. Like I got confused if they didn't wear different costumes.
The top rookie had freckles and Mio didn't. I mean Moed
Did she have
didn't.
I did similar hair.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, and all of Sweet Diva. Who are these people?
Yeah. I wish we got to see a little bit more into their
Pancake,
idol
Strawberry
world.
Melon, and Batsamaru.
Yeah, I wish we got to see them a little bit more.
I
I
gotta
wish we
ask,
did.
how
I'm
did you
glad we
like their idol dance?
Typical.
Well, I thought it was good.
Oh,
I
thought-
kind
you
of
thought
like it
was
because
good?
like they were kind of
Not
dancing.
as good until something is better than Electric Mayo. Nothing is good enough.
That is pretty clean. But I like because
Yeah, wow.
it kind
we
of
have lots of idol stuff in our enemies.
I kind of thought it fit because like they were idol, but they were also doing like fighting poses as well, which I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Nah, B Pro still has them beat in my eyes.
Yeah.
B Pro. Oh.
B Pro.
Be
B
put up.
Pro. But yeah, no, I
Those
did wish
handsome motherfuckers.
I did wish that we got to see a little bit more into the idol industry world with the anime itself. I
Yeah.
feel like it could have been bigger, but they were. I mean, of course, it's a wrestling.
I would have
anime.
enjoyed a giant P.
What producer?
Yeah,
Oh,
just a head.
yeah, that'd have been
Pee.
cool. Yeah,
Just
But yeah, no,
completely
it was
out of
like-
world.
When they show
got a
us
pee on
Sweet
his head, but don't
Divas,
call him a pea head.
when they did show us like Sweet Peas,
Sweet
stuff,
Diva.
Yeah, sweet D.
or Sweet Divas, whatever. When they
Not
show,
the Sweet P, it's that Sweet D.
when they did show us that, it was
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
when
Just
they.
keep talking.
I'm trying to.
No, you're not. You just keep talking.
You got it. Go.
So when the
Talk over me.
when they did show Sweet Diva
Yeah, like
stuff,
that.
they basically it was like a random side stories. Honestly, it was
Yeah.
like it was kind of like, okay, this is what they're doing, but why should we care? Until like the very last couple episodes where they said like, oh no, Eleanor was double timing as an idol,
entire
and yeah,
time.
it was
Yeah.
just like, how? Okay, no, that's something.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that we can move on into the actual reviews. Our rating review has been if this was good anime, just anime, or banime. Of course, we'll give a little caveat onto why we're rating something a little bit into that. So, I always been accused of the last episode that I listened to of our podcast, I was accused of going through the same order. So you know what? I'm taking the reins the first time here.
Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna give my
Ooh,
review
whoa.
first.
Do it, Dad.
Changing it up.
God,
We're
no,
not
this
stopping you.
this was banime to me. This has no place in the presence of Crunchyroll or anything, because to me this was a fetish cartoon watch of softcore hentai.
Oh boy,
that I
you're gonna
did
love our
not
next
need to-
anime.
Because we've already watched it, but like it could have been more, and I feel like lazy
Coulda got
writing.
more out.
Yeah, it was lazy writing that made us suffer through 8 episodes of moaning, and there was she wasn't even saying no yet because she didn't learn how to say no yet.
Yeah, she
it was just
took
moaning. It was terrible, and
She was waiting for them to get tired.
I'm. She's Homer Simpson. I
guess, yeah.
Kept getting punched in the face, and then
Don't fight back. We don't want it to become a boxing match.
yeah, nuts Mo. Don't fight back, Homer. No. But the talking cactus is right. But
I do not remember this episode of The Simpsons.
here's
I really
what
li-
happened. Homer became a professional boxer after getting in a fight from a bar, and Mo saw some potential of Homer just getting punched in the face until someone gets gassed out, and then he knocks him over. But Mike Tyson ends up fighting
It
Homer.
wasn't Mike Tyson. His name was different.
Wasn't it? I thought it was straight up Mike Tyson.
No,
wasn't Mike
it was a
Tyson.
different like it's portrayed as Mike Tyson, but
Let's
I
call
honestly
him Rob Bison. So
Sure.
Rob Bison is punching the crap out of Homer, and he's like getting rocked. And then Marge is in the crowd with her giant blue hair, and she's like, "Homie, you can't
I
just
like
do
how
that."
you describe Marge like you needed to.
It's been a while since I watched The Simpsons, but she yells like, "You have to fight back!" And then he goes, "The talking blue cactus is right."
Oh.
Yeah,
I
One of
get
my
it.
favorite quote was like the Mike Tyson portrayal person was just like, I really like Homer Simpson, but I'm gonna make orphan out of his children.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, you know, they have mothers, right? And they're like, she might die from grief or something.
yeah, it's pretty good, pretty witty. But yeah, for me, anime. I am not a better person for watching this. I would not recommend this to anyone. Banime.
What was it again?
Banime.
Oh, okay. Now that you said it like that, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Anime.
I thought you liked this.
No, banime. So let's move on with the what do you call him?
The boon
Champ?
companion.
No, yeah, this one.
This one.
This one.
You're gonna call me champ, but you're like, nah,
Yeah,
he's not champ.
I'm not champ.
You're-
Because
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
champ.
get told what a champ is on Sunday, and I don't want to fall into
It's
that
probably going to
again.
be on Wednesday at the WWE Super Slam Arena.
Oh gosh.
But
but
yeah, no, I agree with you. Like this is anime for me. It's like for the same reason. It wasn't even wrestling. It was just like a bunch of chicks like just moaning at each other. Like you can't have. You're telling me you're having an anime about wrestling, but you don't have like the spear, the torture rack, RKO, Turbo Bomb. Like what is this? Like you
You
can't.
don't know about women's pro wrestling in Japan. That's different. Japanese pro wrestling is weird.
I do
I heard
remember
like
that.
one friend will always like talk to me about Japanese pro wrestling, which is interesting.
I did have people post a GIF earlier. The fact that someone used their butt to. Nope, that was Keijo. Nope. Yep. Never mind. I don't know Japanese women's wrestling either, but I do know some girl uses her butt to punch people in the chin or something. That was her special move. Her Hisatsu
The
was.
Flying Peach.
Yes. You
It's
know.
called Rainbow Mika.
Yeah. Wait, no. That's not the one I was talking about.
Well,
I got you baited there
Yeah.
pretty hard. Nice shimmy, Julian.
yeah.
All right, so
But yeah, I mean,
Baname
like,
for a while?
yeah, Baname for me because like it was not pro wrestling for me.
this is
You
pro
guys
wrestling.
got to stop looking at things at what you want them to be and look at them as how they are.
How are they?
That's
doing?
how a winner thinks.
What's the review then, White Knuckler?
I have no clue how to review this, to be honest, because, yeah, I fucking hated it. But the later episodes were just like, I tripped and fell onto a hype train and I could not get off.
Now let me ask you this: did that redeemed it at all?
Yes.
Oh.
I think that so like when we were making this podcast, the goal and hope was that we would find bad anime that was so bad that it was good. And you did say earlier that's what this leads
It
in,
is.
but we don't want to call it good anime.
Yeah, because it's not good anime.
So I think
But
we need
it's
to come
just-
up with a
it's-
different
It
rating.
became bad. It was a bad anime, but it became just anime.
It's like something you don't want to happen to you, but you do it anyways because it feels good. Like riding on a Ferris wheel, like, you know, getting shaken around like crazy or whatever. Well, not a Ferris wheel, like a tilt-a-whirl or something. You know, something more violent.
Can we call it hype anime?
You gotta call it
Hype anime?
Gyakuten.
Gyakuten.
Gyakuten anime.
What does that mean?
Gyakuten is counterattack.
Okay.
Gyakuten Saiban
I like that.
is what you call the Ace Attorney games in Japan.
You are my friend.
You don't like that. I'll cut you.
I'll
cut your cords.
I was going to respect his feeling because we haven't done it throughout the rest of the episode. But
Yeah,
you
Because I haven't
ruined
given you a
it.
chance.
That's okay. We won't go into it. This will
Yeah,
be
I think-
another
I think
episode
just
11
like
where we never
Sakura,
do it.
Where she
No.
used her Hisatsuwaza, got a good Gyakuten in.
Okay. Gyakuten anime. A counterattack anime.
A reversal.
Reversal so bad it's good.
It's like-
a new genre is born.
It's like I was so mad. I'm playing I'm playing Street Fighter 4, right? And I'm just beating on them because like you fucking suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. And then the revenge meter gets filled up and they ultra me. And I'm just like, oh shit, nigga, you're not that bad.
Caught me slipping.
Oh, you're Nash, and you just took away half my life bar.
You woke up, ultra'd me, and I was like, whoa.
Oh, Mike Ross.
I didn't. I thought you weren't this good.
The disrespect.
The disrespect, dude. I got
Yeah.
disrespected.
So by
They
this anime.
Yeah.
Is that what we call it? Disrespectful anime.
Yeah, because they waste your time and then they make you care. It's like reverse hashtag waste his time.
All right, I like that. I respect.
So
that.
I don't have a real good answer to give you guys.
All right, so
I watch it.
Yeah,
So somewhere between bad anime and just
it's-
anime.
Yeah, this is the hidden
But it's
gem
not
that we
anime.
want.
It's not anime.
It's Gyakuten anime. I like it. We'll stick with that. All right, so I did do the order a little bit wrong. Usually we do a clickbait before we give a review, so we'll know that after the after
new
the
season.
musical, yeah, after the musical things when we'll go
New
into clickbait.
year, new me.
But let's go into the clickbait segment, and let's start with Julian.
Okay.
So this is clickbait for, I can't say the name of this anime
Sekai de Ichiban Tsuyoku Naritai. Why do I always want to go Tsuyoki?
because you want takoyaki.
No, it's because of a song. Tsuyoki no Mono. Tsuyoki no? Is it? I don't know. It's from the ending of Shin Mazinger. Anyways.
With Julian.
After leaving her singing troupe, washed-up idol Sakura Hagiwara continually confronts her fear of the Boston Crab in the glorious world of women's pro wrestling. Can she go beyond her limits and crack the secret behind winning? It looks like even the sweetest divas can go berserk with their backs to the mat.
Oh, that's
Julian,
that last
God bless it.
that last
You have
part.
so many key parts in there. That's so good.
That last part was really good.
It's pretty good, Julian.
Stop! It's pretty good, Julian. It's gonna be what I write on your grave when you die.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna save Wall for last, so I'm gonna take
Oh,
the next
okay.
one. So can someone
This
count me in?
is Netflix sweetest clickbait with Sigurd on Sekai de Ichiban Tsuyoku Naritai.
1, 2. Who's that coming down the ramp? It's the world's greatest idol. Watch as Sakura Hagiwara leaves her idol life behind and starts her harrowing journey of revenge and redemption to become the world's strongest wrestler.
Wow, I never thought of it as revenge.
It was the whole point of the Kaso
You're right.
Kachabanka.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
But I didn't think of her as
that
Sasuke.
was like three.
I did not think she was an Avenger.
Because she was supposed to be Naruto.
Well, that's crazy. Huh?
All right. Well, this is clickbait for I want to be the world's strongest with
I want to be the number one strongest in the world.
with Wa.
Sunday. Tune in to Sekai Mania as Sakura battled her way in a bra and panty match to claim the belt. Will she obtain the status and become the Intercontinental Champion? Or will Sweet Diva stop her and remain supreme? Find out Sunday. Event is also on Friday and Saturday.
I need to stop you for a second
That was a monster truck
and just
joke.
let you know that belts are for civilians and titles are for champions.
Oh my God, you are so right. I mess up my summary. You're right. Only people like us will belt, but champion will titles.
We're titles. Okay.
Yes.
Remember that, everyone.
All right. So, as always, guys. Well, not as always. What we would like is we're gonna post a vote for the best clickbait. What would have gotten you
What? We do that?
on Twitter? No, we haven't. I'm gonna start doing it.
Okay.
This is a new year, new you,
Oh.
new segment, new everything,
None of
new category, and now new poll.
New Gundam?
Yeah,
The high new?
the high new unicorn.
It's high noon.
That's it. Thank you.
What else did we do on this podcast, Sigurd?
We go into our next segment. Hi. Into
Hi.
our new, not new. I'm so stuck on the word new. Into listener
Akarashi.
emails, which we're still waiting on. We had one, and that was fun.
When do we recommend anime?
At the very, very end.
Very, very.
We're going into questions.
Oh, questions.
Yeah.
What kind of questions? What do I got?
Questions from listeners. Listeners like you.
Lay it on me, Mac.
So, what is real wrestling? I don't have the user's name here, so I can't say who's asking. But what is real wrestling? My friend Alex said that WWE wrestling isn't quote unquote real. Do you feel the air quotes, guys? Real. What does he mean by that? Do you think?
Well, it's not real wrestling. It's professional wrestling.
So what is as Sakura taught no one and Misaki taught Sakura, what is wrestling?
Wrestling comes from within.
That's the most vague answer ever, dude.
The answer lies in the heart of battle.
Wrestling is where you fight for child custody by doing a ladder match, and on the very top of that ladder is the custody paper.
Wrestling is where you go when you can't cut it in the octagon.
Wrestlers are actually pretty good in the octagon, though.
Like CM Punk?
Oh God, no. You're right. Wrestling is struggle and persevering over that struggle.
Wrestling is about taking your product to the market and selling it as hard as you can.
Wrestling is when you work out so hard at the gym and want to show off your bod and get paid for it.
Wrestling is anything that's pay-per-view.
Wrestling is wrestling. You guys took all the good ones.
Wrestling is wrestling.
You gotta make more good ones. You gotta
Sigurd is Sigurd.
Hako is Hako.
All right, next question. Speaking of what you just said and of the recent fight, can pro wrestling compete with MMA? How can pro wrestling compete with MMA? Also, what things should they change in wrestling? Give me some ideas.
Okay,
the
who's
sentences
asking
here
this?
are terrible. This is a person named Martial Arts.
Okay, martial arts.
Are you sure that wasn't the category?
Can a bicycle compete with a dishwasher?
No.
No, they can't. They're two different things. They serve two different purposes.
But can a swimmer compete with a bicyclist?
Can a monkey fight a
Yes.
god?
Yeah, can a monkey fight a god?
Is that a Dragon Ball reference?
No, that was like a JoJo reference. Remember when Dio was like, "Can a monkey really fight a god?"
Oh, in his castle.
Yeah.
I see. Can ants really take on a dinosaur? Yes, because one of them goes super ant.
Super god ant?
No, just super ant.
There's at least 7 ants to transfer their energy
Yeah,
into
but
the
this
one
is just
ant.
super ant.
Super god and super god.
This is early on in the story.
Does the ant's back tickle a little bit?
Oh, okay, you can stop.
All right. So, you say this, but there was a pro wrestler who was quite successful in MMA for a very long time.
Who?
Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I thought Brock Lesnar was MMA first, and then he went to pro wrestling.
No, he went pro wrestling, MMA, then back into wrestling.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
He was the Batista before Batista.
How long is Batista's dick?
Such a specific question, isn't it?
I don't know, Julian.
So there's like this meme or something going on.
Is it?
Yeah, about this dude who always asks. His name is like Sinbad or something, and he's always asking on Twitter. And this one, I don't know. It's not like someone goes and asks people questions, and one of the it's like one of these, like how I answer things, and he's like interviewing people, and he like takes Twitter questions, and there's always Sinbad like 317 or some shit, and he's always asking how big is Batista's dick. So there's that.
I'm glad you know that.
Someone said like 10 inches. No, everyone else is just like, what?
I mean, the default meme answer is 10 inches soft, so that's why I...
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. These weren't
What
like
was the original question again? Yeah, you had to look it up, didn't you?
What is
Can pro wrestling compete with MMA? And I think yes, because if the dude is big enough, he might not have technique, but much like Brock Lesnar, he would literally overpower the presence of his opponents. And it wasn't until they found out that he could not take a punch.
The question they should be asking is, can MMA compete with pro wrestling? Because as far as I know, who had the first pay-per-view events? Who's been around longer? It's not MMA.
Well, yeah, because people didn't think of MMA first.
So yeah, can it compete with pro wrestling? Because pro wrestling is at the top.
Let's throw in boxing into the mix then. If we're going to go into that kind of look, what will win between boxing, wrestling, and MMA?
Win what?
Like, yeah, what was the match like? I mean, if like we're going with a boxing match, and
I'm from Julian's perspective. I was taking that this is like a popularity contest. What survives the entertainment industry?
Well, it all depends on
okay.
what kind of fraudulence you want. You want no fraudulence, go with MMA. You want fraudulence that you know is going on, you
Wrestling.
want wrestling.
Wrestling.
If you just want like hidden fraudulence, you got to go boxing.
Okay,
So it depends on what kind of lies you want to get told,
I think
if any.
I think WWE professional wrestling outlasts all because it doesn't have to be pay-per-viewed.
I guess.
I mean, you have your regular showing, but then like a pay-per-view is like your
I mean,
moneymaker kind of
ask
thing.
yourselves, how many pro wrestlers do you care about being on steroids or not?
I don't care.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But the other people are like, hey, nobody.
Because that can hurt. In fact, John Bones Jones was actually just stripped of his title because he got
Yes,
caught doping.
exactly.
Yeah. What happened to that guy? This is
He
becoming a
took
Joe
drugs.
Rogan talk on this podcast. John Bones Jones was a dominant force for the longest time. Do you think it's because he had steroids the entire time?
Probably.
That's sad.
Undetectable stuff. That's why they
sucks.
take urine samples and preserve them for like 20 years.
They should also take hair samples then, because hair keeps whatever's in your body a lot longer, almost 7 years, more than urine.
Isn't John Bone Jones bald?
No, John Bones Jones has like a buzz cut. Rampage Jackson, now he was bald.
Kimbo Slice, now he's dead.
Why are we laughing? We're terrible.
I'm the worst. I'm a villain.
All right, next question.
I just want to be a hero, though.
Out of you want to be the Deku that can and not the Deku that can't,
I just want to be a Prinny.
dude. So,
Dude.
Same.
Pretty rule number 1: you must end all your sentence with the word "dude."
Dude, you know what?
Dude.
Sneaky from C9 is totally a pretty.
Yeah, he looks like he'd pop if you hit him.
Yeah. Or if you threw him. Anyways, okay. What is that's gonna be the thing, man.
Okay.
What Hisatsu Waza of pro wrestlers that you know would you want your Hisatsu Waza to be?
Sako.
So you want
Wow, didn't even have to think about it. Huh?
because you've done it.
It's great. Fucking sticking your hand down people's throats.
That sounds terrible.
For them.
The 30s suck. What about you?
I've always been a fan of the power bomb. Like,
Is that a Hisatsu Waza though? I thought that was a standard move.
well, depending on who's using it, you know.
Yeah, generic ass.
Too.
I mean, like, what's it called? The sharpshooter is just like kind of like a 4-leaf clover, or like just a leg lock, if anything. But I mean, it's like if the guy's saying like, "Oh no, this is my signature move. I'm putting a spin on it." Like, but I mean, like, yeah, no, I've always been a fan of the power bomb. Where my brother put me in it, and it was like, it's kind of fun.
Wall likes pressure.
Oh, I'm also really partial to German suplexes.
German suplexes.
German
are the
suplexes.
sick. Who was the dude who would? Oh, it was Chris Benoit. Never mind.
No, Chris Deadwa.
Yeah,
No,
because he would do multiple German suplexes.
Yeah.
Or was that Kurt Angle?
no, you're right. Kurt Angle was the one that the Olympic champion. He does multiple.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
cool.
Craig Benoit had the crippling crossface.
Yeah, he had the crossface. I didn't understand that one either. That one didn't look too bad.
Because your face looks crossed up after he's done with you.
Oh yeah, no, he's like literally
Crippled and
pulling
crossed.
on your face and neck. It looked painful. It was painful when my brother put me in it. You can see where this is going, right?
Yeah, I could tell.
Well, it's wrestling Stockholm syndrome.
I guess so. For me, I think the one
No,
that
Stockholm syndrome was when my brother put me in a power driver and my hand was under him and he broke my arm because he sat on it.
Yeah, that's Stockholm syndrome, all right?
Do
Do you know what Stockholm syndrome is?
Yeah, that's the one where like you kidnap someone and you make them like you or something, right?
You Mike Tyson them?
Okay,
No.
let's just
We're gonna
move
skip
on.
away from that. My Hisatsu Waza, the one that I would like, it would be between. I never liked the rock bottom, and I definitely wouldn't want to walk the
Hey,
line.
what's the rock bottom?
You kind of just like put their arm on your shoulder while you have your arm on their shoulder, and it looks like a judo sweep. It looks like he like rocks forward.
Okay, I'm just making sure this isn't the people's elbow.
it's like well yeah no it's like a choke slam but you're using your arm instead of like just a hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm really surprised you didn't say the people elbow.
No, I wouldn't want the people's elbow. I never understood why. I mean, like literally,
It just-
wrestling was so fake because I'm like, he's just sitting there for the longest time.
It should make it so hype, and also like the reasoning is he got the momentum from bouncing back and forth on the turnbuckle.
So fast.
Yeah.
Hi. But I always liked Chris Jericho's moves the most. The
wall
lion
Jericho?
flip was
Or-
really cool to me. The where he like ran towards the ropes and did a flip slam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like not having to turnbuckle, but still like effective. And then yeah, the walls of Jericho. I was like, oh, it's over. You're done. You're done, son. It just makes me mad that I recently just watched a little bit of wrestling, and he's a heel now, right?
I haven't watched the latest wrestling in a while. Like I honestly stopped when the Attitude Era went away.
I see.
Like that's when I grew up, and that's when wrestling was at its best.
What was
Obviously, you haven't been watching NJPW.
X-Pac's move?
The X Factor.
What did he do?
The 619.
Because I remember
He grabbed your head, and he jumped with you, and then just kind of slam your whole body or your face against the mat.
who did the Bronco Buster?
Ooh, man, you're
Buffalo
really
Man.
you're really calling me out today.
I'm just asking.
I don't even know what these moves are.
The Bronco Buster
you
is
pick
when
one?
someone. I did. I told you I'd want to do the Walls of Jericho or the Lion Flip. I just want his move set.
Is the Walls of Jericho the Boston Crab?
Pretty much, it was a Boston grab,
like
but
a
instead of
very
sitting
Standing Boston
on,
Crab?
it's like it's a standing
instead
Boston
of-
grab.
I knew that one. Wow.
You move their. You're putting all the pressure on their neck. But the Bronco Buster was when someone was sitting with their back against the turnbuckle, and you ran at them and jumped and then spread your legs. And
Oh, it was
you
Rikishi, the really
no,
fat.
that's a stink face.
Isn't it? Oh,
That's a stink face,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
with
never mind.
the Bronco Buster, it's crotch first, and you grab the ropes and you just kind of like shake on the ropes while you like punch him with your pelvis.
that sounds familiar, but I can't remember who did
A whole
that.
new kind of dick punch.
Yeah, I think it was X-Pac, and it was filthy. I was like, that shouldn't be legal. Was what I thought.
So is sticking socks in people's mouths, bro.
Same with shoving your giant sumo butt in people's faces.
You know, you do anything for a job sometimes.
Rikishi is from Sacramento.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Chris used to hang out with him and his brother.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
shout outs to Chris and Rikishi.
Kishi.
Rikishi. All right. I mean, I think that we'll put a close on that and move on to our next segment, the last segment of our podcast, which is anime recommendations. This is anime that we would have rather watched, or what we consider to be like actual good anime, or just anime, just what better than this.
So much to choose from.
Yeah. So
No, there isn't.
Let's go
Like
with
three.
you first, Wa.
I think mine is actually like a movie. It's about like 117 minutes long. I think it's saying it's more like a documentary. It's called The John Cena Experience. It came out in 2010. It's a great movie following like a wrestler going through like the main event. No, but realistically, probably Keijo, because I think
John Cena is my favorite anime.
I thought you were gonna say the Marine, but
if I wanted to continue the
Is that
joke,
the one
I
about
probably would.
babysitting?
I don't remember.
But I actually kind of like Keijo because I think that's what Sekai should have been. It should have been like really over the top move and that silliness being part of the anime, like that, like because they had like something called like Shori Boopkin. That's great.
Yeah.
There was a character that has the gates of Bootylon.
Yeah, that was my favorite. She's the best character.
That is. I mean, that's what
Unlimited
this
Booty
anime
Works?
should have been.
Ultimate butt works, but yeah.
But no, that's why I was hoping this anime would go about. Like they would do like ridiculous, crazy, over the top wrestling move, but instead if we had this.
Sakura
Soft porn.
special, dude. What are you talking about? That's over the top.
That was the only thing I liked. It was like that was like the original thing about this anime. But yeah, no, I would probably recommend Keijo if you're interested in like a fighting sport anime that's over the top.
All right. How about you, Julian?
Well, let's take a trip back to the 70s.
70s.
Let's go back.
Were you even alive?
Back to the Future.
No, not to the future. We're going back.
Back to the past. Samurai Jack.
The anime I would recommend, a little something called Kinnikuman.
Kinniku Man.
It's a story about Ultraman turned pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking this already.
It takes some time to ramp up to get about the wrestling, but it is some of the most forced sells you could ever see in your life, man. Like, Jesus Christ, the audacity that they had to do some things. It's crazy. It's just like this show.
And this led up into an anime that we got to watch in 4Kids era, right?
Foxbox.
Yeah,
Kids.
Fox Kids.
It did, yeah.
Into Ultimate Muscle.
Yeah.
It was his father's story, right?
Yeah.
So, because I never understood that. They
Oh, it was
talked
King
about
Muscle.
King Muscle.
The king there had a kid. Muscle's got the power. He's also kind of nuts. This guy could save the universe if he only had some guts.
And flatulence.
Only broadcasts on this station.
Yeah. So no, yeah. The Kinniku Man is basically Naruto, and Ultimate Muscle is Boruto.
Oh, so everyone was watching Kinniku Man's dad anime.
Yeah,
and all of
exactly.
No, they're watching Kid Muscle's dad anime.
Kid Muscle's dad. All right.
basically.
Mine is going to be a 4Kids Foxbox special. I'm going to recommend Metabots. Mostly because it had to deal with matches and
Fighting.
and fighting. And if you haven't noticed a common theme throughout this entire podcast, we've been doing a lot of 4Kids stuff. So yeah, Metabots was awesome.
I don't think Metabots is for kids. I think it was dubbed by Nelvana or something.
Oh really?
I don't
Whatever.
know,
They
dude.
did an amazing job. And Metabee was a robot that was trying to become the strongest, and he had Icky getting him his parts to become the strongest.
I'm not sure he was trying to be strong.
He kind of was. He didn't like losing.
I guess that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, Metabots. So you guys can say that I took a knee on this one. I didn't give the best of recommendations.
Yeah,
but
it's
I've
terrible.
also
Should have went with Ultimate Muscle.
no, because
Did you know that in America they renewed Ultimate Muscle for a season 2 that Japan didn't have?
really
And in Japan, characters had kanji on their foreheads.
Yeah.
And because they didn't want kids to imitate that, in the second season that they commissioned, there was no kanji on people's foreheads.
they thought that
Before
kids
they just censored it out, but
They
now
thought-
there just wasn't.
they thought kids would just write on their forehead.
Yeah, with permanent markers and stuff.
Were they doing that?
I'm not gonna say no.
That's awesome.
Isn't it a common prank to like write the meat sign on people's head?
It's not a common prank to do that.
Let's make that a common.
Like, you mean in Japan?
if you have
Oh, I
a friend,
There's all kinds of things you can write in Japan.
no, if you have a friend and they pass out drunk with their shoes on, it should be customary now as a weeb. It's your duty.
Why would
as
their
a
shoes
listener
on?
of the Daishu
What does that
Pro-
have to do with anything?
Oh, when you fall asleep with your shoes on at a party from like passing out drunk, it means you didn't mean to go to sleep, that you passed out. So you're free range to write on.
Oh, I see.
So if you want to be a bro at a party, when you see someone pass out with a shoe on, to take off their shoes.
Steal the shoes and throw them on the telephone wires.
And then write
Hopefully they
the
ain't got the Velcros.
and write the meat sign on the forehead now too. So, anyways, yeah, that's our recommendations, and I think that we're gonna put our podcast to a close. It's been a while for us, at least, as we've been working on season 2. A lot of conventions have been in the way, and we even have another convention to go to next week. Some of us.
Some.
Okay, I'll just leave you two out. I have to go to work at a convention.
That's right,
While
because it's not
Julian
us.
raids and Wa goes to some
I don't
party.
raid on
I'm
Sundays.
not going to some party. I'm going on vacation. I need this.
So yeah, we do have our next anime already watched, and it's a doozy. So I
It's
guess
steamy.
that you and religious.
I don't know about
Sacrilegious is what it really is. But anyways,
that. Check out our next 4Kids anime.
on Foxbox.
Fox Kids. We're on Jetix now.
4Kids.
Ayo, ayo.
Yayo, yayo.
Ayahuwa.
Ay, ay.
Shaman King.
You've made it to the end of this episode of the Daijou Crew. Congratulations, I am producer Jelly Sound. The Daijou Crew would really love to hear from you. They'd love some feedback on their podcast. You can email them at daijoucrew@gmail.com or find them on facebook.com/daijoucrew or tweet them at Daijou Crew.